Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an interesting episode for you guys you definitely want to stick around for. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I'm sure all of you guys know who Richard Jefferson is. Very entertaining analyst on ESPN. On ESPN, he does a great job. He's a former NBA player that played with the New Jersey Nets and Cleveland Cavaliers. I believe he played with the San Antonio Spurs, if I'm not mistaken, and he's also an NBA champion and was a very athletic basketball player during his playing days, especially with the New Jersey Nets, when they were called the New Jersey Nets. Now, Richard Jefferson gives a lot of interesting takes on basketball, but as y'all know, Richard Jefferson has had this kind of back and forth with Gilbert Arenas over the years. And he's been one of these guys, one of the few guys that's been able to put Gilbert Arenas in his place on a number of issues, right? And he has a show. They have a show. I just want to make sure I'm saying the show properly. He has a podcast, I think is, what is it called? Road Tripping, yes. And basically he was on there with Shannon Fry and moderator, I forgot her name. Please forgive me. Anyway, they were on there and essentially they were asked to give their opinions on what Gilbert Arenas had to say about Giannis Antetokounmpo's basketball game. And I thought Richard Jefferson gave a beautiful response, eloquent, well thought out response. Gilbert Arenas, you can take some notes. This is how you explain your thoughts. He gave a beautiful response to what Gilbert Arenas had to say about Giannis Antetokounmpo. But before we get into his comments, these videos brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play his thoughts at length, and we want to play it for you guys, and we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what Richard Jefferson had to say.
But I think if you break down Giannis's game and the growth of experience and the one thing about basketball IQ, which we've seen him improve on year after year and become a better playmaker, and his teammates around him have to complement the areas in which he lacks. That's why Chris Middleton raising his game. That's why Drew Holiday getting brought in, and Brook Lopez. These are guys that complement Giannis. So his game then had to improve because you had people around him that closed off his deficiencies. His game had to improve based off his decision making and his IQ and his understanding. And I think that that's a supreme level that I think you underestimate how much he's improved. But let's talk about wins. Let's talk about impact on games. Let's talk about intensity, defense, offense. There's not a better he's the best two-way player on the planet. And it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Yeah, I feel like that's a knock. That's a knock on some of the big guys. That it was very something we saw with James Harden. It's I wish I could just run around and dunk it. I wish I could do that. I wish I could just. It doesn't take any skill to dunk. I have to do. And it's that's saying that he's not working or that he doesn't have to learn the game in a different way that you do. In ways he has an advantage. In a way, do you understand what would happen if 7-foot Giannis can shoot a step back 3 from 40 feet? No one would ever win a game again.
But why,
right? So
Richard,
everybody has skills.
If you play cards, right? Let's say you go to Vegas and the odds are stacked against you, and you play cards, and every single year, every single time you go, you're winning, and it's a dirty method, right? You're not hitting on 14. You're not paying attention to what everyone else is doing. You're playing your numbers. Giannis is playing his numbers. That's his number. He playing his numbers, and he's winning. He's winning so uniquely, simply. He's winning so simply unique. It's ridiculous. What you gonna do?
He's won me over. You're not. The only thing that I will hold, the only criticism that I will ever give Giannis is the standard that he has set for himself. Because the standard that he has set for himself of like 50 ball in a finals. So let Giannis go out there and score 22 points in a closeout game and they lose. I'm going to hold him accountable to that standard that he set for himself, right? There is no more like, this is what I believe Giannis can do. Giannis has reached the space where he is so special. He has reached heights that very few have ever reached. So that's the standard we hold him to. You're not going to get me to criticize Giannis. Is Giannis going to work on his game? Did he add a jumper? Did his free throw percentage? It's like, bro, I judge Giannis by the way he performs on the courts in the biggest moments because he's done it before.
To be quite honest with you, y'all heard what he said, and what else am I supposed to say? What else am I supposed? He perfectly summarized what makes Giannis so great. And let me quickly say this. Some people are saying, oh, why are you defend Giannis so much? Why are you defend? Giannis is not my favorite player. I like Giannis, but he's not my favorite. Y'all know my favorite players, Kobe, Kawhi, Jordan. These are my guys. But what I respect about Giannis is his approach to the game, his level of humility. He seems to kind of get it. Giannis seems to understand why he's in the NBA. Unlike most dudes. He kind of gets it. He knows that he has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So he's going to do everything he can in his power to maximize that opportunity. He's even benefited some of his brothers who also made it to the NBA, I believe, through their own merit, but they're there as well. And he just goes about his business and wins, and he's in a small market. He doesn't have any drama. The only time you really hear about him is when he's cracking dad jokes. You know, just a normal guy. Just a normal guy, and that's what I like about him. He's not up there twerking it up, being overly confident when he has no business being confident. He just does his thing. He goes out there every single year. He improves his basketball game. This is not really up for discussion. Just go look at the numbers. Just go look at the numbers. Right? This guy already has a Hall of Fame career, period. Right? He has a better play. I mean, Kyrie Irving has, not diss to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has all the skill in the world. No one in their right mind is going to say that Kyrie Irving is on the same level of Giannis Antetokounmpo with all that skill. Because we're also looking at your production. And I think Richard Jefferson perfectly summed up why you should not take these clownish statements that these guys are making about Giannis serious whatsoever. He's the best two-way player in the world. There's no doubt about it. And y'all know Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player, but I'm saying it right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best two-way player. So I'm just happy that we were able to get some common sense injected into this conversation. So the question to you guys is quite simple. What do you think about what Richard Jefferson had to say about Giannis Antetokounmpo? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And we definitely catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.